arrive back at my original question. Again, what is it you seek? And it's interesting because I went back to a lecture given by Professor Randy Pausch. He's one of my favorite professors of all time, even though I never went to Carnegie Mellon University. He was suffering from pancreatic cancer and eventually died on July 25th, 2008 from complications of the disease. But he gave probably one of the best lectures I've ever seen in a series called the Last Lecture Series at Carnegie Mellon University, and his lecture can be seen on YouTube and also on his foundation's website. He said something very telling in his speech. He said the most dangerous place to be is doing something wrong and no one is telling you. And that struck me pretty deeply. And I realized I didn't want just a standard martial arts program. I wanted more. I wanted everything I had seen in the movies, everything I had come to understand about martial arts. I wanted the whole encompassing experience of martial arts. The spiritual, the discipline, the mental focus, the physical tests, and the stress of pushing yourself to the limit to have a skill and a mental clarity that most people can't have. And I kept focusing on, I wanted the real thing. So now, after listening to Professor Randy and understanding that I need to seek a martial art where the students are given understanding, not just told what to do, now I want a real martial art. I want the real thing. Almost sounds like a Coca-Cola commercial. I'm a pretty avid wine collector, and there's an old Latin saying that says, "In vino veritas," which means in wine there is truth. I would have to modify that and say, in Kung Fu there is truth. After all, Kung Fu is virtually the birthplace of all martial arts globally, and is the parent martial art to almost all derivative forms out there. So I realized if you want the full experience, if you want the full knowledge, seek the original. Seek the real basis of martial arts. And that's how I started down the path of Kung Fu. It's interesting though, as I watched one of the greatest legends of all time in martial arts, Bruce Lee, and I read his book, The Tao of Jeet Kune Do. He said to know oneself is to study oneself in action with another person. And I realized that it couldn't be just any Kung Fu. It had to be a combat-oriented system. Not competition, but real combat.